Guys, don't buy the Nintendo Switch 2 just yet. Don't even pre-order the thing yet. As we all know by now, the Nintendo Switch is coming out at a price point of $499. And that sounds great with the comparison of the PS5 being scalped for like $1,200 to fucking $2,000. That's a great price point. $500 for a game and a system, but guess what? Here's the problem. Nintendo is taking you for a ride. If you buy the system itself, you can play your Switch 1 games. The Switch 1 has been emulated, okay? Somebody took the time to break it down and make it so the games on the Switch 1 could look better and run faster and look amazing. And we could get the experience that we should have had. The problem is that the Switch 1 was obsolete by the time it came out. And the problem is going to happen with the Switch 2 very, very soon after it releases. That it still cannot compete. It can do 120 frames per second. Does that mean we're going to get a solid 120 frames per second? I kind of doubt it. Imagine if you could play your Nintendo Switch 1 games in a higher refresh rate, so you get more frames per second, which gives you a smoother experience, so everything is crisp, the details are very nice. Somebody already did that. Somebody took their time, created a program that you could play your Nintendo Switch ROMs at a higher refresh rate and looking better than ever. But you can't get that on the Nintendo Switch 1. So how did they get it to the Nintendo Switch 2? Well, they sued the guy into oblivion, took his idea, and slapped it in the Nintendo Switch 2. So you could play some of your Nintendo Switch 1 games. Just some of them. About 20%, maybe a little more. The rest of them, they can't figure out why it doesn't work yet. They haven't done enough research. That's problem number one. Problem number two is that they're going to release the game console at a cheaper price if you just want to buy the console. Now that's great, but say that you already have a vast library of Switch 1 games, okay? They're not all going to work on the Switch 2. Right off the bat. It's going to take years and years of screwing with emulators to get it all work. So why is it okay that they do it, but when we want a better experience for ourselves, we're not trying to hand that out to everybody. We want that experience for ourselves. We bought the game, we bought the console, we have the software to play it in a better console. Why wouldn't you let us have that? The other problem is that the game is going to be $80 upon release, which is going to drive up the price of every other game to $80. And Nintendo is just leading the way. Now, I highly doubt that a Nintendo game is ever going to be worth $80 to me. No matter how much time, emulation, whatever bells and whistles and coats of paint they want to put on Super Mario, not going to be worth $80 for me. So what I am asking you to do today is to let Nintendo know that we are not going to be taken advantage of. We have made them who they are since the 80s when video games first became so big on the scene. And if you have brand loyalty, well then this is definitely for you. Don't go pre-order your Switch. Don't go buy your Switch the second it comes out. Let Nintendo know we are not going to fall victim to their exorbitant pricing schemes, because Nintendo is going to push every other console to raise their prices on their games to $80, and some of them just aren't worth that. So give it a month. I know that you guys might have kids who are, dying for this thing, but at the same time, sometimes we need to teach our kids that they can't always have what they want, and that doesn't make you a bad parent. You're teaching your kids something. You are preparing them for adulthood. That is your job. If you can't do that because you have some misplaced sense of, nostalgia and you missed your childhood and you want to relive your childhood through your children, by all means, have at it. But I don't feel that that's right. I feel at this point we need to teach our kids the same lesson that we need to teach ourselves. And that is we need to fight back with our wallet. We need to let our voices be heard. So don't go pre-order the Nintendo Switch 2. Don't go buying it the second it comes out. Let their stock sit. Let it dwindle. And then guess what will happen? They will bring the price down and you will save money. This is a necessary step for the future of gaming and prices of games. This is a necessary thing we must do in order to make our voices heard. So please, I implore you, pause on your purchase of the Nintendo Switch 2 and let them know that we're not going to be taken advantage of. That's about all I got for today, so thank you guys for liking, commenting, and subscribing. If you do dislike this video, there's the downvote button too, but go ahead in the comments and leave me little comment of why you felt the need that this video to be downvoted. Anyways, that's about all I got. Thank you guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.